So I just completed The Sun Also Rises from Ernest Hemingway. This is my second Hemingway book. And the first one I read was A Farewell to Arms, which had me absolutely distraught at the end of that book. It was a great book, even though it made me feel absolutely terrible at the end of it. So I thought, okay, I've heard of The Sun Also Rises. I'll go and read that one. So this was written in 1926, and it was 3 years prior to A Farewell to Arms. And he released also The Torrents of Spring in 1926. Those were his first, apparently first published books, according to Wikipedia. And this one to me was meandering and pointless, although for people of that time, I suppose it was like taking a journey to Europe. So people from nowadays might think, well, I already know all these things about the running the bulls and bullfighting and stuff like that, and cafes. And there's so much cafe eating and drinking in this book. I can't believe it. It almost seemed like more than a humanly possible. They drank everywhere they went. And I've read a description that Hemingway books are more about this. The analogy is, if there's an iceberg, it's more about what's below the surface than what's above it. But I'm not sure if that's an accurate representation of this. Like I said, it's almost meandering and pointless. In the end, there's no real conclusion, it doesn't seem like. I have not read the significance, the reviews of other people telling me what the significance of this book is. But like I say, you might get a feeling of Europe in the early 20th century. But other than that, it's kind of weird. I don't want to give spoilers here, but it gives it centers around this person named Brett, and I'll say it's not a guy, it's a girl. So just in case someone reads it, they might get a little confused at the beginning. But as there's kind of this tension from different people that are interested in her, and that continues throughout the entire book. But it never really quite resolves, and it's just kind of like, is something major going to happen by the end of this? And it doesn't seem like it did. So unless I'm not getting something, this was not the quality of that other book, Farewell to Arms. I've got The Old Man, the Sea from 1952 in my next grouping of books I'm going to read. And it'll be interesting to see the progression of his writing, if it's another good book or if it's more like this one that's kind of pointless. So like I say, other than a historical reference of Europe and some of the happenings over there at that time, I didn't get a heck of a lot out of it. So I would not recommend this one. I would go with the other book if you've not read any Hemingway, because obviously everybody's heard of Hemingway. And Farewell to Arms, as brutal as the ending was, it was still powerful. So that's my summation.